Hey, man. Am I driving okay?
I think we're parked, man.
Get old, making my mind slow. That's why I don't deal with the big bro. Oh, bro, I got to maintain. Cause Kasabian is going insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the membrane. Crazy insane, got no brain. Too much, I'ma cover hours, time for the blubber, blabber. To watch that Betty get fatter, fat boy on a diet. Don't try it, I jack your ass like a looter in a riot. Much too fat, like a sumo, slamming ass. Leaving your face in the glass. You know I don't take.
Getting used to the song.
You know, I thought about like redoing the intro. I feel like it needs to have our newer logo in there and the newer Warriors Entertainment logo, kind of like readjust it around. Anyway, for everyone who was wondering, we have been out for 2 weeks. Tonster had COVID, and
Unfortunately,
I was out of pot. There was no way I was doing this fucking podcast without any weed. That's the whole basis of the fucking.
That's the perfect storm right there. COVID and no pot.
COVID and no pot. The
Perfect
pots,
storm.
as Hollywood Haywood calls it, the pots. Also, we got this guy with us. Also, Mr.
Sounds like a new band, COVID Pot.
COVID pot.
Sounds like one of those freaking retro bands from back in the 90s.
Oh, there we go. That's better.
Oh man.
I always knew you was a bottom warden. I always knew.
You know what the worst part?
He plays a top on screen, but he's a bottom.
As long as she doesn't hurt me, I go on the bottom. That's fine.
Oh goodness. First section up. Well, it's actually basically the only one we still have ever thought out. It's what's in your pocket. Toaster, what's in your pocket besides your cock? I don't want to see that.
We ain't going there, man. This is only episode 3. You gotta get my phone number first. Anyway, I got 3 different types. Would you like me to get it?
Damn.
Sure.
I think we talked about this one before. This is Kobe.
Like Kobe Jack cheese?
I have an ounce of Kobe. I don't know if we can see it too well.
And I can't see nothing, but you were over
There,
there.
the camera's right there.
Right there.
That's what's going on. I don't know if
I can see that pretty decent. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good for the price, especially.
Is that Kobe with a K or Kobe with a C?
It's named after Kobe. It's top shelf shit. It's pretty good. I got some good stuff in my pocket. I'm very curious though what the warden's got in his pocket. Warden's old school.
Warden's out, man. The warden's out, man, right now.
Warden's out?
Yeah, man.
I got something in my pocket.
That's fine.
Damn.
I got 3 tops also.
Would you classify yourself a smoker, Warden? Nowadays, at least?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Making sure. Just curious. Because we don't have to have potheads on the show all the time.
That's right.
No, trust me.
It's not a prerequisite. It's not a prerequisite, Warden.
I mean, because we're gonna fucking smoke regardless if the other person smokes or not. So
yeah, I just smoked. Hence, I didn't know what my fucking camera was just now. Look, I did it again. I pointed over there. It's over here.
let's see.
It's over here now.
I have an indica, a light looking indica, mellow indica. Then I have a darker looking indica.
What up, Big Sweet?
Then I have some sativa that I am not a fan of. That's why I put them into these motherfuckers.
Do your sativa in the daytime.
Well, yeah, but
you'll like that. You'll like it more.
No, I don't like this sativa at all. I don't like the way it tastes. I don't like the buzz off of it when you smoke it.
Let me ask you a question. Is it citrusy, the taste?
It's got a very small citrusy taste to it. but
That's usually what a sativa does. You get a little bit of a citrusy smell, like an orange.
But this is like
Fucking orange peels.
I smoked like fucking 4 bowls of this, and barely got high. I got high off the brownie. I ain't gonna lie, the brownies I ate this morning that I made. I got high off those, especially
when a lot of brownies. You made a lot.
That's one batch.
That's a lot. One
batch. The recipe, and the bad thing is that this right here has got 5 grams in it because it's mid. Because I consider this mid shelf. I don't consider this top shelf, so it's mid shelf. If it's top shelf, it's 3.5. So even 3.5 would be in there.
Give me some of that and some tea. I'll be good.
The reason they look like there's so much of them is because I put 3 eggs to it. Because the guy said if you put 3 eggs to it, it makes it more of a cake than it does a brownie. That way, when you're storing it, it don't melt. Because if you got those fudge, all that fudginess, trying to store it or trying to freeze it makes it a bitch. If you wanted to freeze these, you could. It's like a cake consistency more than it is anything. And no taste. I have not tasted doing it the old way and not the butter way. I have not tasted no weed in these brownies. Like this would be the type of brownie that you would accidentally eat. Someone would accidentally eat, not know no fucking better, and be fucked up and be like, "Fuck, I didn't taste no weed in them because I can't taste it in it. It tastes like fucking brownie."
I got a funny ass story. I'll tell you a funny ass story when you're done.
Big shout out to my man, the warden. What about the shout out to the stars on the show, Big Sweet?
I had my first request as the warden, and it took me by. I was actually shocked, so I fulfilled that request.
In Sweet's defense, he's watched the show before, so he's welcoming the warden, just like we have.
So I'll tell you this. I'll tell you the funny story, okay?
Please.
God rest my mom and dad's soul, okay? My brother's a jokester. We're both jokesters. So my dad was a little bit on edge all the time, and shit like that. So mom's making spaghetti. So my brother looks at me, he goes, "I'm going to add some oregano." I said, "What?" He says, "Oregano." I said, "Okay." So he walks over and he dumps the bag in it, he starts stirring it up. Mom comes over, gives it the old taste test. About 20 minutes later, she comes back, gives it the taste test again. They sit down to dinner and they're eating. They're laughing and giggling, right? After dinner, my father goes, "Man, I'm fucking hungry." So he goes in the fridge and he goes, grabs more stuff. So he goes to my mom, "What was in that sauce? That was some good sauce." My brother goes, "That was a special sauce." So he didn't tell my mother. He told my father. He goes, "What'd you put in that?" He goes, "Oh, now I know what it was." He goes, I had that same feeling years ago." He goes, "Did you enjoy it?" He's like, "Hell yeah, but it made me hungry as hell right after."
Your brother, that's fucked up in a way, man. He got your mama high.
He
calmed their nerves, though.
My mama would have beat my ass. I did that. I promise you. She'd have beat the fuck out of me.
Believe it or not, it was a couple years ago. He actually told her. He goes, "Remember that time everybody's eating sauce?" Yeah, he goes, "I added some oregano." Because it was a long running joke. And then she's like, "What do you mean?" "Mom, you were high on pot." She goes, "Oh my God."
Damn, that weed tastes good in a joint. So, Tonster.
Oh, boy.
What would be the first topic of the night, sir?
I was kind of dreading this, to tell you the truth. If you came to me and said, "Let's talk about something." Because really, all I've been dealing with is fucking COVID and the Rangers in the playoffs. So I don't know if you want to talk about fucking sports, if you want to talk about COVID, by the way, which is the worst part. You know what the worst part of COVID is?
No taste, no smell.
No fucking taste.
Vanilla extracts.
Dude, I'd rather have 101 fever, which I came close to. I got like 100.5. I would take the 101 fever over not tasting any day of the week.
That's crazy.
That's the worst feeling in the world. My dad, he just started getting his taste back now. It took him like a week. He was like, I'm having suicidal thoughts.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Well, you start getting to the point where man, and what sucks too, I swear to God, is that's when every piece of good food will become your way, is when you can't fucking taste nothing. There's nothing that sucks more than sitting there being high or kind of high, because it's hard to tell sometimes when you first got COVID. If you're high off the weed or you're high off the COVID, you don't know which fucking one it is.
Fucking eating a whole bag of chips and not knowing what the fuck you're eating.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I hated it, dude. I'm a pussy anyway when I was sick.
The isolation I didn't like, man. When I had to isolate away from my family.
Yeah, isolating sucks. You can't go out. You can't go to the store.
I didn't really have to isolate from like everybody here, because fuck, every time I found out, like, just when they had it, I just assumed I had it. I never went and got tested. But, hell, when they got it, I knew I fucking had it by a couple of days later, because I felt that shit. Let me tell you, that shit sucked. For anyone that has any delusions about COVID being fake and it's some made up bullshit, let me tell you, it's not fucking made up. The first thing that people love to stress out too is about, and it's one of the things I hear too, and it's from some of the closest people I know, and I hate to tell them they're dumb shits, but they're dumb shits. But they love to say stupid things like, well, I got the COVID, and hell, I was fine in 3 days. Yeah. I also had a flu one time, and I was fine, but if my 90-year-old grandmother would have got it, she'd have died in 2 days.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Everyone is not affected by COVID the same. It's the same thing as the fucking flu.
We got cases at my job. We got to wear a fucking mask again in the building.
I try to tell people, like, look, man, trust me, my old lady's a fucking nurse. That shit's not made up. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not made
Everybody
up.
takes it differently. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, am I going to sit here and say that there could be some kind of conspiracy theory behind the fact that it could have been made by the U.S. government, or they knew it was already fucking coming, or that the cure is a bunch of bullshit? Now, I can get on any of those topics.
Or it's like The Walking Dead. It's in the water and the air. We already fucking have it.
I'm down to talk about anything. I might dread it, you know? It's like, here we go. Here we fucking go. But
the good thing is that this show don't affect promos.
Yeah. My voice needs a break, man. I blew my vocal cords out after that last promo.
All just to lose.
I still got rough right here. I can feel it.
That was too easy.
That was a hell of a match, though. That was a hell of a match.
Hell of a match. So tell me, Tonster.
Yeah.
Do you think that the cure is bullshit?
I'd like to think it's not.
Was it just saline that went into our arms?
I'd like to think it's not bullshit, because I feel I should have been sicker than I was, and I got the vaccine. I didn't get boosted, but I got the vaccine. So I like to think the vaccine helped.
I didn't even know I had it. Work tested me because I had a sore throat.
Okay, not to like step on some personal toes, but Richard, are you vaccinated?
Yep. Only because where I work.
Did you have a booster shot also?
Yep.
See, okay, then this is a great circle. We can talk about this, because Toaster's only been vaccinated. You've been vaccinated and boosted, and I've not had any of it. So we got a great little conversation piece here, because now everyone is actually in different sections of it. All three of us are. So I'll be honest with you. I was horrible for the first week when I had it. It sucked. And the thing that killed me the most about COVID was the first couple of days I felt like shit. But then after that, during the daytime, I would feel fucking fabulous. It would start getting around 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. And, dude, it was like someone hit me with a truck, dude. I just feel, oh.
Yeah, your energy just depleted.
Yes, no energy, no nothing, dude. And I'd be in the bed by like 6 o'clock and be fucking conked out. After a week or so, though, I pretty much started getting over it. which I took a lot of vitamins during that time.
Yep.
In that whole week or whatever. And I didn't really drink that much water then. I don't know. I'm not a water drinker. I didn't even drink water when I was sick with COVID. The old lady at the time didn't have, she wasn't vaccinated at the time. And hers was about a week long. Now,
See, here's the thing. Now, do I think it's bullshit? No. Do I think that they're trying to help? My God, I hope so. But, oh, man. It doesn't mean that there's not going to be side effects from it.
I'll tell you what, I got a dry cough, and once in a while I'll have to take a quick breath like that, like out of the blue.
Did you get COVID?
Yeah.
So now, wait a minute. Is it from COVID or is it from the vaccine?
Well, I will say to this day, I'm more out of breath than I used to be. I'll just get, and of course, everybody's looking at me going, well, it's because you're fat and overweight, dumbass. No, what you don't understand, there's a difference. Like, I can fly up my flight of stairs, but after I get to the top, it's a quick to deep. I have to dig deep to get a breath. But after I get my breath, I'm straight. You know what I mean? But it's like I run out of breath in weird areas, like over short breaths. Like something you should be able to take a short breath. I'll run out of breath over that. And I'm like, what the fuck? I had to like fight for air for a second. It's like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from? Like, why the fuck did I
out of nowhere?
Out of nowhere.
Yep.
You know, so yeah, and I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if it's from the COVID or what it is, but that's possible also. My thing is, and it's been my thing since day one, which me and my old lady, because she's in the nursing industry or the medical field, I guess you would say, we have a lot of debates and we don't always see eye to eye. I can tell you that right now. She's, by the book type of person. I personally think that there was no fucking way in hell you come out with a cure that fast. Just no way. You either already knew, and I'm not even saying it's not a cure. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it can't cure you or keep you or make it where you don't fucking die, because that's basically what they tell you. It's not a cure. It's to keep you from fucking dying if you do catch it. But if it does work, then you knew it was fucking coming. You had time to put that shit together. You didn't make that fucking quick. There's no fucking way, dude. There's a whole lot more simpler diseases that took way longer to fucking get cures for them to do that shit in like a year's time.
Yeah, but they can't cure cancer, but they come up with a drug for COVID.
Well, that's true too, but I can't compare the two because cancer is so much different than COVID. But still, there's something of a foot there. And
now, if you you have your cough from it, right? You said,
yeah,
my cough. It acts up more towards the evening than in the morning or the afternoon.
I do this shit to this day. It's what I always called a smoker's cough.
Yep.
Where I wake up in the morning and I'll fucking just out of the blue, like just fucking be dying, man, like I just hit a joint or something.
Yep. For
no fucking reason whatsoever, and be fucking.
You can feel it right here.
Yeah, like I'm about to fucking fall over, and I've been coughing so goddamn hard.
Feels like I smoked a bowl. I can feel it right here, like your cotton mouth.
It's rough. So I don't know what it is, but I figure maybe we'll live around. We'll be 50, and they'll be like, well, this file was debunked, and Operation Dumbasses, where we give them this fucking shot and make them believe this shit.
Are you relighting that, or are you fucking smoking another one?
I'm relighting it, man.
I was gonna say, geez.
I thought he picked up another one too. I was like, wait a minute.
None of that. That's the really good shit I got right there. Like, I've already got a good buzz. I'm only halfway.
Yeah, I was also telling Tommy earlier before you got on. I don't want pain meds. I don't want anxiety medication. I'm thinking about going to the other route. Because the state that no.
He's talking about medical. That's true.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Is good too.
I'm playing.
That's a different story.
Calm down, David Copperfield.
I tried a bunch of shit when I was younger.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Warden, you grew up in New York, right?
Yeah, I tried, believe it or not, when I was younger, I tried GHB.
That's the
And-
date rape drug, right?
Yeah.
We used to take it and put it in shot glasses because it tastes like salt water.
What the fuck? The warden's fucking getting his parents high. He's fucking taking GHB and shots.
Damn.
You talk about smoking. You talk about smoking joints.
I'm starting to think this guy ain't a real warden.
You-
If he
I
is,
mean,
he's
you
supposed
talk,
to be redemption warden is what the fuck he is.
talk about smoking joints, man. You felt like you smoked a bag.
Oh,
And then we
more
used to
than
go
that.
out. We used to go out to the nightclub right after, on the way
Yeah,
there.
nah, yeah. Yeah.
It was crazy.
I was
we,
there
have,
too.
we have to also bring up, let's go ahead and talk about it because we've talked about it on every podcast so far. And now it's over. We have to talk about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. That's now officially over, and Johnny Depp wins.
They really shit the bed on that one.
I still love the post I made though, like where he's got her head chopped off and all these girls are still creaming over him, and that's it for me in a nutshell. Because
All I know is, dude was smooth as a motherfucker. Did you do this?
Before. I've said it before. When they put
Yes.
that motherfucker in court, that was the worst thing they could have done was give him a microphone.
Well, he's a fucking actor.
He's an actor for one, and for two, that's just his roll and blow all over again. You
Yeah.
got jars of cocaine, and he's fucking got the judge laughing, and he's got the jury laughing. Hell, he even had the other fucking lawyer laughing. Like, look at this guy, man. This guy is fucking smooth. He's too
What up,
cool,
Josh?
man. He's
Yeah,
too-
He
man.
became cooler than what he was.
But it was
Like-
like I said this on the podcast that we do, but where he's living for so many months, Europe or whatever the fuck he was, he got the accent. So I'm like, where the fuck did he get this accent from?
No, man,
Bitches are so fucking stupid. They're like, oh my God, Johnny, yay. Don't get me wrong. Amber Heard, we know what she is. Okay, she's nothing nice. I don't have to use the C word, but
I'll say it.
But she is.
Amber Turd.
But we're talking about a motherfucker that had a jar of cocaine. A fucking jar. His dead mother gives him no right to come in and snort cocaine and fucking throw and demolish the whole fucking house and then use that as an excuse to be a dick every fucking day. The dude was not innocent.
I know,
At
but
all.
he was just like calm, cool, and collected. He was just
He
like,
knew he had that in the bag.
yes.
The moment she got up on the stage and started talking,
No.
and Johnny looked on Facebook and said, "Oh, her ass is grass. They already made. Look at all this shit. The whole world knows she's a fucking joke. You know what I mean? Like,
What about Jason Momoa's testimony?
I couldn't believe that was real.
That shit was awesome. He smoked a bowl right when he was doing that. Right when he got on. He's
I
like,
just
oh,
can't believe it
okay.
was real. I thought it was fake when I first saw it. I was like, oh, okay. Then somebody's like, no, it's real. I was like, what?
everyone got a good laugh at that. But you know what people should do? I'm gonna flip it on them. You should be mad. Do you know why you should be mad? Because if average motherfuckers like us wasted the court's time like that,
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
they would have
for
put
sure.
us under the fucking jail. They wouldn't even let that circus go on more than 5 seconds with us.
What
Yeah.
would have been funnier is if he fucking went, hold on a minute. Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me. He would have got away with it, too.
Now, Amber, you owe him $15 million. I only got 5.
I'm kind of happy it's over, though.
Somebody
Me
started a
too.
GoFundMe.
Me too. My wife watched it every day like it was the documentary of God.
Oh, man.
Like every time I'd come down here, she'd be trying to work and watch the fucking shit at the same time. I'd be laughing at her. I'm like, it ain't that interesting.
Nah,
Yeah.
I couldn't watch that shit, man. I couldn't.
What's up, Batsy?
Anybody got any questions?
What's up in the chat room? Oh, Mr. Sweet, this Big Sweet wants me to tell you guys the thing that I had come to me and the request that came to me, and I fulfilled it. His brother's a fan of mine that's in the hospital, So this is the first time anybody's ever requested something like this from me. And I felt like weird. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Well, I made a picture of my promo character. I signed it. Swear to me. And I put in, I actually gave him a promo worn bandana signed with swear to me on it.
Are you talking about Jeff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking marks. You're all marks. Every
Bunch of fucking marks.
Fucking marks.
You know what?
My wife looked at me. She goes, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah." She was the one that picked out the picture. She's like, "Let's go get it developed." I said, "I feel like I'm back in New York. Let's go get it developed."
I think it's Josh Steele. Yeah, Steele that has a Hooded Warrior shirt. It's got mine and Patrick's signature on it. I think maybe Sweet might have something too. I can't remember. Maybe it's Little Sweet. Fuck, I don't remember. We've had a few people ask for stuff like that, and it's very humbling too. At some time, you're like, wow.
I mean, I was blown away. You know what I mean? I mean, I didn't know what to say.
Well, no, technically, I wouldn't mind like a poster of all of us and like send it out to everybody and everybody sign it. I wouldn't mind something like that for a fucking memory thing.
Hell yeah, shits and
That's
giggles,
something
man.
cool.
Who wins the NBA championship?
Never heard of it.
Who cares?
Hey, I'm in St. Louis. We don't even have a fucking team, man. Like,
Yeah, man. You don't have a fucking team.
and he's in New York. They don't even have a team, man.
Yeah. I'm in New York. We don't even have a team, man.
We got the heat down here. I don't even like the heat anymore.
Man, you know, dude, I was just having a conversation the other day about the Heat. Of what could have been if LeBron James didn't think championships were free. What could have been in Miami if Wade and James would have stuck that out together?
They would have got more people. They would have kept winning.
Yeah. See, that's all right.
Hate LeBron. Fuck that guy.
Oh God. I had a conversation with someone the other day, and we had the GOAT conversation.
Oh, please. Oh, no.
He got so in his feelings because I didn't even have LeBron James in my top 5.
I mean,
so in his feelings. Now,
I got both of LeBron's jerseys.
Here's the thing. If you would have asked me years ago when LeBron James first showed up at Miami, I thought that was the beginning of a dynasty. I honestly believe that they was going to go on a not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 or 6 championship run if he stays in Miami and him and Dwayne and all them stays healthy. Don't happen. Of course, all that ends up going off the way it does, and we got the LeBron that we got today, which don't even put him in my top 5. Who's your top 5, Tonster? Or do you want to hear mine first?
Well, I mean, geez. No, that's all right. I mean, if you want to go ahead. I mean, it's going to take me probably a second, but I don't want to see. The whole thing is I don't want to copy you though, so I'm going to have to come up with different answers.
See, I'm fucking old school.
Off the top of my head, let me go. All right, you got your pick already.
All right, go ahead.
I'm doing it, Jordan.
Fucker.
I mean, look, I'm going a lot from what I've seen. Okay, not from the past so much before me.
So Jordan's 1.
Kareem.
Got Kareem at 2.
No, I'm not putting these in any order.
No order? Okay.
No order. Right now, they could be 1 and 2 for sure. But Patrick Ewing. All right. Here's where it gets interesting. Because there's too many good guys. So I'd be remiss if I didn't put this guy in there. Larry Bird.
Hey. You got mine so far.
Now, do I put in a defender? This is tough. Like, I want to do something different.
It's hard because I could literally change my top 5 at any minute.
Yeah, you could do that, of course.
If I sit down and start looking at people,
I'm thinking of somebody dominant. I'm trying to think of somebody that I'm missing. From what I've seen, You know who was really good, and I say he's underrated nowadays?
What about Grandma?
David Robinson.
David Robinson, he does not get talked about like he should get talked about.
No, ever since the fuck.
Damn. Karl Malone. What about Karl Malone?
Oh, Karl Malone's a good pick.
He's a good
Karl
pick,
Malone's a
but
good
I can't get past the fact that he's a child molester.
He's a child molester?
Dude, the motherfucker was marrying children that were messing around with children that were 15, 16 years old.
All right,
really?
I got a name for you. He's a little underdog, but he's a little underdog. We'll call Spud Webb.
Spud Webb.
I remember Spud Webb, bro. He was in a dunk contest. Do you remember those 80s dunk contests? They were on VHS and
Hell
shit,
yeah.
bro. Dominique Wilkins and shit.
Yep.
I think to me, Jordan's the GOAT. There's no debate.
Oh, definitely.
Nah,
But
it's close, but
if there was a debate, if I was going to put someone nipping at Jordan's heels besides Kobe,
I didn't even put Kobe.
You didn't even put Kobe in. You didn't even mention Kobe.
Wow.
The reason I'm not going to say Kobe because so many people say Kobe. So
That's why I wanted,
I'll pull Kobe out. But if you was going to say someone else that nipped on the heels of Jordan, and you go back and you look at highlights, you look at stats, you look at what they did.
Where you're going.
You look what they did with the game. At the time frame that they did with the game, when the game was almost dead, Larry Bird single-handedly saved the fucking NBA and put the NBA on his back.
Yeah.
You know how many great players sit around and call Larry the fucking GOAT? Great
Sweet
player.
says Penny Hardaway.
Charles Barkley, Magic Johnson. Well, anyone from that Lakers franchise during
Alvin
that time
Iverson
that had to play against Larry.
You know who was nasty? Isaiah Thomas was nasty, bro.
Isaiah was Thomas. That whole dude, Rodman, does not get talked about like he fucking should.
I wanted to say Rodman before. Rodman's
what about
awesome,
what about what's his name? Oh damn!
So many stars back in the day.
Back in the day, number 33. What the hell was his name? With the ears. With the big ears.
Anthony Hardaway.
There you go.
No, Big Sweet said it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy spelled it Anthony.
Ah, I got you.
Okay, one of my issues with always putting a cream in them in the mix of my GOAT talk is because of the generation that they played, of the players that they played, and the teams that they were on. There were so many good fucking players on that Lakers team. It was fucking insane.
See, I even had Magic.
Yeah, Magic, to me, Magic's... See, and here's another thing. Tell me I'm lying. Everyone is so quick to compare LeBron James to Kobe Bryant or to Michael Jordan. And to me, he don't mirror neither one of those guys. To me, he mirrors Magic Johnson more than any fucking body. The way that he plays, the way that he passes, all that.
Josh says John Starks.
John Starks, yeah, John Starks was a shit. Even though he's on a fucking Knicks team that had to play Jordan and them all the fucking time. That was a lot of their problem. Oakley and Ewan and Starks couldn't get a fucking break. That was
remember Manute Bol?
That was fucking like 8'3".
He reminded me of the dude from WCW. I want the belt now. That dude was like fucking 6 foot sitting down.
No, yeah.
Oh man,
that was crazy.
The stories of Bird is insane. I love the shit talking stories, and you can find them on YouTube. They have a whole bunch of them. They got them all together in a vignette.
I love crazy teams. I love stories of crazy teams and or dynasties and shit like that.
Yep.
There's one team that you would think there's no way you love that team, and it's a Mets team. The '86 Mets. Those guys were fucking. That's a clubhouse, bro.
Fucking Lenny Dykstra.
That's what I'm saying.
Wally Batman, they were
some fucking strawberry, baby. Strawberry.
I'm convinced drugs made everything better back in the day.
Shit, Darryl Strawberry didn't get his name for nothing. And
I always go back to a Kevin Nash story with wrestling.
Oh, Jesus.
When he came back in 2002, I think it was, with a No Way Out. Whatever. Anyway, when he came back, he sat down and shook pills and nobody looked up. And he went, this business is fucked. And I agree with that shit, bro. Drugs made the fucking business back in the day. If it wasn't for drugs, there'd be no 80s era. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, everybody was on mad
Macho Man
pills
ain't
back
going
then.
like this, bro. Macho Man ain't going, oh yeah, and fucking the fuck out with his eyes.
Did you guys see the biography of the Iron Sheik that they did on A&E? How he was buying crack and coke?
I don't remember too much, but yeah, I've seen it.
Motherfucker, son of a bitch.
Oh, I love the Sheik, man.
He told that motherfucker, he said, you motherfucker. You take me to go buy the rocks or you can get the fuck out right now. Motherfucker don't give a fuck, dude.
Cheeky baby.
It's Sheiky baby. And it even walks in there, you hear him in the crack house when he's talking in the crack house. You're like, didn't you used to wrestle? He's like, yeah, the Sheik baby. I'm the Sheik. He's like, I ain't got but $20. Go ahead and give me $2. I'll come back tomorrow, pay you. You got a lighter? Give me the lighter too.
Right on the fucking air, dude. That shit was funny as hell.
What he did was he walked in there with $15, walked out with $50 worth of crack and 2 lighters. Because he's the Sheik.
Oh, man.
I bet you the warden would have backed me up 2 weeks ago when we were talking about the best favorite shows and shit. When I came up with Welcome Back, Kotter, and you guys just sat there all silent, I was like, I felt like a fucking idiot holding my dick over here. I was like, these guys didn't even fucking give me a smirk.
Shit. Welcome Back, Kotter, fucking The Odd Couple, fucking Archie Bunker.
See, that's what I'm saying. The warden's old school. We gotta talk about like the 80s, 70s, something like that.
I'm
Different
old
strokes.
I'm old school too, but I didn't watch no fucking Welcome Back, Carter. I mean, you know.
Up your nose with a rubber hose.
Up your gizzard with a rubber lizard.
I like to see them do a Where Are They Now, you know?
Yeah, a couple of dead.
Yeah.
What was that other fucking show I'm trying to think of? Now that we're talking about fucking 80s sitcoms. Oh, damn. What the hell was the name of that show? The one with the chick with the big afro and she worked at the diner? What's Happening Now? That's it. What's happening now?
With a rerun.
Fucking rerun. Good Times.
Yeah.
That was the shit back then.
Too bad.
Too bad. Well, what else is going on in the world?
What do you got? What do you got?
What do I got?
We got 5 minutes to Hell in a Cell. Pre-show.
Oh, God, Hell in a Cell. I'm debating if I want to watch it or not. I don't know.
I'll have it on. I have nothing else to do.
That's kind of how I feel, too. Like, I don't have nothing else to do. I would be very, very mad if I don't watch it and Bray comes back.
I got a good question, you guys. I'll put you on the spot. See, my wife and me, there's an age difference. She's 37, and I'm 47.
Okay.
So every time we watch a fucking movie, she's like, babe, you know how old I was then? You know how old you were? One movie we watched, I was 10, she was like 2. I'm like, babe, what the hell are you bringing this shit up? You make me feel older than I am.
Yeah. Hey.
I had her sit down one night and we watched Breaking Beach Street and stuff like that. She goes, did people really dress like that in the 80s? I'm like, yes. You didn't dress like that, did you? I'm like,
I was too young in the 80s.
I'm like, nah, kind of.
Where are we?
Fucking Big Sweet goes 47, no way. I'm like, yeah.
Fucking.
Are you 47? Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that like Missy's not watched that I think she's watched since I've been with her. Patrick, man's the one that blows my mind. Hell, he told me the other day he ain't never seen Old School.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, you just keep shocking me. So far, this dude's told me he's not seen Clerks, Rocky, in old school. I'm like,
What?
I might give you a pass for some of that shit, but Rocky?
So if you ever went to him, hey boy, Blue, you're my boy, he wouldn't know what the fuck you were talking about?
Wait, what'd you say?
Prom. Away
I missed that.
47.
I mean, look, if we have nothing to talk about, that's a problem because there's a lot of shit going on.
Well, let's talk about motherfucking something.
Talk about the beard that was shaved off.
Talk about the fucking gas prices.
I was just about to bring it up. Jesus. Oh my God.
If the fucking gas goes up to $6 a gallon, I'm gonna fucking drive a Camel to work.
It's $4.90 over here.
Fucking hey, it's almost $5 here.
$5, man. Crazy.
Well, do I gotta be the dick? I'll be the dick. Okay.
I don't give a fuck.
I'll be the dick and say that I really don't give a fuck about the gas prices from the standpoint that my wife works at home. I'm a stay-at-home dad. We order most of our shit offline. And we rarely fucking go anywhere unless it's to some kind of event or she has to take Katana to dance class. So
yeah, same here, man.
Does it suck that it's that high? Yeah, because we got a V8 fucking Chevy fucking Tahoe outside that turns that gas up like ain't nothing. You know, you put 30 in it, that shit ain't doing shit. But it sucks.
Nah, it's a killer.
It sucks that other motherfuckers are having to pay that. But
fucking get an electric bike.
I just wished, look at me in the eye, people, when I say this. And this has nothing to do to pertain to the other two on the screen because it ain't them I ever see do it. But please look at me in the eye, deep in my eyeball, and get the correct information on why gas is high and quit thinking you know why gas is high. Because the shit that you're posting has not a fucking thing to do why gas is $6.
I know why it's high. It's that guy in the White House.
Let's go.
I fucking had somebody call the other night. I forgot what party they called from. It was, you know, you get those automated calls from the people from the fucking Republican Party and shit. I answer the phone. My wife's sitting there. My son's sitting there. I go, hello, who is this? Yeah, this is so-and-so. I am voting for Mr. Trump. He is my president in 2024. We're going to run this motherfucker. And he goes, okay, thank you.
Well, it's like to fucking mess around people.
Do you want to send me $5.99 today? No, all right. Talk to you later. That's
Oh man, I like to tell people when they call for shit like that and say, all right, go ahead. Say what you got to say. I'm starting to charge right now as you speak.
America is the only country that would sell that job off to foreigners that has to do with American fucking president. America is the only company that will outsource
oh shit
for fucking jobs for people to fucking call you about the president of the United States. Oh shit.
We got to do this again on a night that the pay-per-view's not on, man. I would be fucking tripping.
Well, Warden, you are more than welcome, sir, to go watch the pay-per-view. We have 15 minutes that me and Tonster still have to fill. Who's next on our guest list, Tonster?
I'll definitely get back on, guys.
Hopefully
one night.
The young gun wanted to come on, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Young Gun.
It's the young gun.
I think he wants to be our next guest.
Hell yeah. Well, Mr. Warden, thanks for coming on, sir. Enjoy the pay-per-view.
Mr. Warden, I appreciate it.
All right, guys, be well. Be blessed.
Thanks for taking the time out.
All right, man. I wish I could do it longer, man. Trust me, I would have fun doing this.
Oh, you're good. We're 45 minutes in, man.
Yeah, go quick.
All right, cool. Next time I'll be zooted too, so.
All right, cool. Perfect.
All right, bro. Later, guys.
Later.
The Warden, everybody.
And the warden. He ain't as zooted as I'm zooted. I promise you that.
I'm still ripped, but beside the point, you got me fucking pissed off with all this fucking gas prices and shit like that. Say that much.
I try not to get too involved in it.
That's the thing. Here's the thing with me, okay? I've learned to shut the fuck up. In a way. I've learned it's not worth it to really go at it with somebody, but this is a talk show. We got time to So, I mean, look, the country's in deep fucking shit, Tommy, okay? Let's not paint the fucking, put roses on a fucking, listen. We're in fucking trouble. And it's not just about gas. It's an ideology fucking problem. It's a media fucking problem.
Here's a good question. Do you think that cars should all be electric?
No. I think everybody should do whatever the fuck they want to do. That's what I believe as an American. I don't infringe on what anybody does. You do whatever the fuck you want to do unless you're hurting someone. And don't give me bullshit that gas is hurting the environment and you're hurting my lungs with gas and you gotta use electric. Fuck you. Do something. Go on the fucking train or something. I don't know what to tell you. Go fly a plane, invent something. Too fucking bad.
They did. It's called electric cars.
Then go buy one.
My whole thing is about this is how I try to look at it. About the whole going over to electric things. To me, it's not even an environment thing as far as pollution or any of that kind of thing. I think pollution is one big scam. I think that the pollution thing has been a scam for a long time. It's to get things over. All right. My whole thing about this is if we kind of thought this way, we would still be driving cars on steam. All this is the changeover, and we just happen to be stuck in the middle of it. This is exactly the same arguments they had when they went from steam to coal or from coal to gas, whatever you want to call it. Anytime that something like that changes over, there's always
People
a big push against it.
Bro. People are stupid. Henry Ford said once, if I asked my customers what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse.
Yeah, but it's 2022. It's not.
But
it's not the 18th century, bro.
But my point is, people are dumb.
Oh, I agree.
No matter
no
matter
doubt,
what
no
century
doubt.
it is, people are fucking idiots. I've been driving around all day today at stores, shopping and shit like that all morning. Everybody has their head down. And it's not even being on the phone. People's heads are down from just being depressed. Or
do you think that comes from high gas prices, or do you think that comes from a bad economy? Because I guarantee you right now that if you go over the past hundreds of years, and that was to break down the past 100 years for you on paper, and we was to look all this up and put all this investigation into it, we are literally doing the same thing we've been doing for the past 100 years. Gas is always always a problem. High inflation is always a problem. The budget's always a problem, and always has been. You can go all the way back to Chester A. Garfield in the days of president. He's talking about literally this same thing that we're talking about right now, as far as the budget, the deficit, fucking all that stuff. I don't think that we're any more in debt than we ever been. I don't think we're in any more trouble than we've ever been. I think they're giving us the illusion that we are. That is the issue. I don't believe that there's a gas problem.
Now, wait a minute. If you actually believe that, that's scarier than the problem itself.
Exactly. There's a bigger problem than what's being presented and what people believe there is. It's not the problem. You're getting played.
This is coming. Everything's coming from somewhere. I want to know where that somewhere is. It's somebody is pulling these strings. And guess what? It ain't Mr. Joe Biden. It ain't.
I just think eventually gas will run out and we'll need a solution for when that happens. The gas, here's the thing. This is one of my big pushes.
That's another topic
of why I'm behind electrical cars. Everything results in some kind of oil. This pen, your shirt, your hat, this computer. Everything is made from some kind of oil substance. You need that oil. There is only so much oil in the world. Okay, what is the point? My big thing about switching over is so we're not dependent on it. Then you're not dependent on Russia. You're not dependent on Libya. You're not dependent on any of those countries from overseas because we don't need it, because everything would be electrical power. The only issue is, and this is my fear, is that if we stopped using gas and we went to electrical cars and electrical trucks, and that's how we decided to drive and got to get around, and they pull gas and everything's electrical, then our power energy money goes up. So
exactly. Then there'll always be something.
There'll always be something in some kind of way that they're going to have a hook on you that you're going to have to invest. Here's the sell point on Teslas. If you own a Tesla, regardless of what you read, I've done plenty of research on them. I know all about them. If you own a Tesla, you spend between $17 to $30 a month extra on your power bill charging it, which is not bad. You get, I think it was 400 miles on a charge or some shit like that, which is not bad. That's still way cheaper than fucking gas is. Way fucking cheaper. Okay, but here's the problem. That's because everyone don't have it yet. Once everyone goes to electric and there's no need for gas anymore, then the energy crisis will go up through the fucking roof. And energy will go through the fucking roof also. So my question is, and that's what I fear, is how much is the energy going to go up? Because if I end up having to pay double than what I'm paying for gas, here's the thing. Either way, people, the government has you by the asshole. Either way, whether they're supplying you the energy or they're supplying you the gas. Either way, you're fucked. Stop sitting around stressing this shit. That's why I tell people not to stress it, because while gas is up, something else is down. And then when you turn around and look, and while that was down last year, it'll go through the roof and gas will go back down. No, everything's not going to be low. And one thing I can't stand is old timers during these times, because they are the biggest hypocrites I have ever seen on the face of the earth. And they live in this fantasy land that they've always had it great. Oh, back in the 60s. You mean back in the gas crisis? Because that happened in the 60s and the 70s also. Well, do you know that back in the 70s, I could walk into the store with $10 and feed my family? Do you also realize that minimum wage was $1.25? You see what I'm saying? Like, this
and when you walked into that store, there was no air conditioning.
Right. There was no air conditioning. And the car that you drove there had no air conditioning in it either. And half the food you were eating had shit in it that would kill you from fucking dyes and shit. Let's go ahead and get that really, really straight. Us as regular citizens are never going to be better off than they ever let us be. That is the whole point of it. They have us under their thumb
forever.
And what kills me the most is people sit out here and argue. They fight. They quit talking. They lose friends over the debates, over the people, the superpowers that control all this stuff. And then sit around and people on our level fight for those people that wouldn't piss on you. And this is what I always tell. This is what I tell my big politician friends when they want to talk politics with me. I've never been no more richer when Donald Trump was in office as I was when Obama was in office. I never made no more money than I did with no make a fuck who was in there. None of them ever came to me and gave me a fucking good paying job. Not a fucking one of them showed up at my door and said, "Hey, Tommy, We know you've been struggling. We're going to give you a $25, $30 an hour paying job, and here's the skills on how to do it. Never happened. From none of them. None of them on either side of the aisle.
Yeah, I mean, your life doesn't change that much. It's just the big picture.
No. And here's the thing. They'll say, someone who tries to talk politics to me and says, well, such and such president created this many jobs. You mean those jobs that you need 7 years of college for?
Yeah.
That don't fucking affect me, buddy.
There's a skills problem in this country.
Always has been. Always has been. Skills is, and this is the same thing that I have arguments with my Southern people all the time. Southerners have this big hardworking complex. I get it. But one of the big complexes that goes on in the South, people might not realize, is you have a lot of passed down generation type work where this guy over here named Billy teaches his son Joe at the age of 8 how to drive a big rig truck. You know, he's got him up driving a truck. So by the time this kid grows up and it's time for him to get his CDLs, he knows everything there is to know. There's nothing to learn. Huh. He literally walks in there and gets his shit and walks out. He's got his license. His daddy's done got him a job. His daddy's been a truck driver for 20 years, plugs him into the system, and boom, he's got a job from the time he walks out of fucking high school, a good paying job right from the get-go. Now, the problem is with these roughnecks like that is they love to look down on people that work in fast food restaurants, you know what I mean, and all this kind of things.
Oh, yeah.
And say that group of people over there don't deserve to make more money because they don't have no fucking skills. When in reality, if it wasn't for these fuckers as daddies who taught them how to be carpenters at 8, 9, 10 years old, or taught them how to drive a truck at 8, 9, 10 years old, or, you know, gave them any of these skills, had them out in the yard with them, teaching them these things, they wouldn't have no fucking skills either, and they would be working at McDonald's also flipping burgers.
Hey, I mean, look, it comes down to sociology, I guess, you know, it's what you're surrounded by.
Yeah, I mean,
what you become.
How it is. One of my biggest things is this whole minimum wage discussion that loves to go on about people don't deserve $12, $13, $14 to flip burgers. And I think that's horse shit. I think they do deserve 12, 13, whatever the case may be. Have you seen the price of rent, price of food, price of gas?
Yeah, man. Unless rent goes down, you can't have people fucking working for $7 an hour.
You can't, man. You can't. And that's the thing is that there's actually people out there who call themselves for the working person that vote against these people making more fucking money. And it's your everyday truck driver, your everyday construction worker, because it pisses them the fuck off to know that some cook's making $15 an hour. And they're only making $19, $20 an hour doing the kind of job they're doing.
See, but that's ignorant too, though. You're doing a service. This person's doing a service for you too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what they don't understand is that they're underpaid also.
Everybody is.
Everyone's underpaid. Like, why are you...
The big guys keeping it all.
Yeah, what makes you go out on this limb that makes you think that you have to shit on someone that is making like $20-something thousand a year, 20-something thousand a year. That's about what they're bringing in. $21,000 to $24,000 a year. That ain't fucking jack shit. That don't even pay rent every fucking month. Just about. That's why a lot of restaurant workers, but it takes both male and female, both of them working at McDonald's or somewhere like that, just for them to barely pay fucking bills. Because you don't make but $20-something thousand a year together. That's not but a gross total of $40-something thousand, $50,000 a fucking year. How the fuck do you expect these people to live off that? There's just no fucking way. And here's the thing is that you keep throwing more bills their way. You expect them to have a car, right? Okay. But then you expect them to have insurance. You expect them to have a tag. You expect them to have tires, maintenance, headlights, taillights go out, whatever the case may be. Then you expect them to get a place. Hell, a shitty place. Listen here. I see people in Jasper, Alabama, back home, looking for places to live, and they can barely even find trailers in the hood for $700 a month.
Yeah, man.
I'm talking about shit hoes. $700-800 a fucking month to live in shit hoes. And their checks are $400 and something every 2 weeks.
Man, it's scary, man.
You expect them motherfuckers to live off that?
It's scary, bro.
I don't understand it, man. I've never understood that fucking shit. But it's just one of those things. It's always going to be a way to keep someone down in some kind of way. And what's bad is, like I said, you got your own fucking people who's supposed to be for the working people, for the working man. But because you don't drive a truck, or because you don't turn a wrench, or because you don't swing a hammer, they don't want to put you in that category of working people. And that's bullshit. Straight up bullshit, man. We never did. You never did answer me. Who do you think is going to win the NBA championship?
I mean, probably the Celtics. I don't want them to.
I got Celtics in 7.
In 7?
Yeah, I think it'll end up going. I just don't think Stephen Curry, like, he's just not going to lay down like that and let them just come there and take it. He's a good fucking ball player. So was Thompson. I just hate Green. That's who I can't stand.
I hate all the. I respect Steph Curry, but
do you feel like
Golden
State Warrior fans are very humble for a team that sucked for so many years?
Wait, you said they aren't humble?
Yeah, they're not humble at all. They're very unhumble for a team that sucked for so long. Don't you remember when I was growing up, the only thing Golden State had was Chris Mullin, buddy.
I remember those days. And what's his face? Who was on them a lot? Tim Hardaway. Right?
Yep. People forget about Tim Hardaway. They always think about Penny when you talk Hardaway.
I know my shit from back in the day more than nowadays with basketball.
Oh, dude, I was such a 90s basketball junkie.
Yeah, I love 90s basketball.
I was such a fucking 90s basketball junkie.
That's what I'm saying. It was just a different game, different era, bro. Nobody plays defense anymore. But yeah, they do, but not like back then. You can't fuck.
Well, back then also you had 2 to 3 good players a whole team. Just about on every team. Unless you were like the Milwaukee Bucks or someone back in the 90s or something. But pretty much you had 2 to 3 good players on each team, because you had, like, the Knicks had Starks and Ewan and Oakley and them, and then you turn around and go down to fucking Miami. At the time, you had Tim Hardaway down there. I remember when he was in Miami. Then you had like
Alonzo Mourning. He had good. He always had good players. They always had good players.
The Heat.
Yeah, they always had good players.
I like Pat Riley, man.
Yeah, too bad he didn't stay in New York a little longer.
Yeah, fuck her.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy, Tommy. Leaving me, son of a bitch.
I think y'all just need new ownership, man.
Yeah, but like I said, it ain't gonna happen, because to buy the Knicks, you'd have to buy the Rangers as well, and Radio City Music Hall. It's a package deal. So somebody has to buy it all.
Hell.
It's whack. Jim Dolan owns the Knicks and the Rangers.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the fact that let's talk about Jake Paul and Butterbean.
I mean, everybody just wants to make a quick buck, bro.
If let's say if that match happens, how does it end?
I don't want to say Butterbean goes down, but he's got to lose. He's old, bro.
He
like,
is.
Honestly, it's not a good idea for him to go in there.
Here's the thing. Is I honestly don't know if he could. And Butterbean had his his comeback fight years ago. It was ugly. He had his ass whooped.
These guys just want a quick buck, bro. I wouldn't even get. I wouldn't give that fat fuck the satisfaction. Fuck him.
As I said, he's from Jasper. He's from where I'm from, and his restaurant's down there. You can go down there and meet him. He's usually down there at the restaurant, hanging out, taking pictures. People, he acts like he's a fucking rock star. People come walking in, and what's even worse is those local people are dumb fucks. They treat him like he's a rock star too. You know, oh god, this is Butterbean.
See,
you know,
there's marks everywhere, not just the wrestling business.
Oh, for
there's
sure,
marks in
man.
every fucking
For sure.
every fucking genre of fucking entertainment.
He it wasn't just too long ago he had a cane to get around.
See, come on, that he's doing this. He's saying this because he's got no fucking money left. That's exactly what's happening.
Like I said, I looked up his net worth. His net worth said he's worth $500,000. That's with investments and everything. That's with his restaurant and everything. They consider all that into it. So the restaurant's probably worth $100,000 with equipment and everything.
That's good for us, but for somebody with that lifestyle, that's not good for him.
Right. Well, believe it or not, the house that he lived in was not far from my grandmother's house. And it was not extraordinary like what you would like think it would be. Like you would think he would live in this nice big house, especially back in the 90s and stuff when he was huge. You know, but like he didn't. He lived in a very average little 2-story house with he had a big ass garage out to the side that had his ring in it and stuff. And he drove. I remember the big deal that he like everyone made over him was he had like one of the spiders that came that year that came out. One of those Dodge Spiders, the fucking cars, like those fucking damn $100,000 cars.
Oh yeah,
Sports car. He had one of those motherfuckers, and he'd rip up and down the strip through Jasper, and people would trip out over it because it was like all purple and shit, and looked badass. And the thing is that he's had 2 failing restaurants. Both of them failed. Where one burnt, and the other place just went to shit. I mean, we're talking about a guy that claims to be so high up in boxing, but from what I understand, he ripped off many waitresses and waiters and cooks over a little petty money, and you know, if they fucking try to do anything, he just threatened to beat their ass, and then him being Butterbean, they would back down from him and not try to fight him or.
Sounds like a wrestler.
Yeah, I wouldn't try to give you like a promoter almost, basically. I just don't know if he could, man. Like I had said before, Butterbean has never knocked no one out that mattered.
That's what I'm saying. He never fought anybody. And guess what? It's because he was a fat fuck. And every other fat fuck sucked.
Yeah, the motherfucker said, you know, that he's named the king of four rounders for a reason.
That's it.
Because he can't go no more than 4.
Could you imagine if Mike Tyson fought Butterbean?
Oh my god, dude! And I always wished he would and knocked his ass the fuck out. But Butterbean wouldn't. But Butterbean don't want none, man, because he only wants guys he thinks he can beat. Like, you know, and he's such a dick too, man. That's the thing too. Like, he's not even humble. That's the thing, man. He's such a prick. He's prickish. Fuck that guy, man.
Fuck that guy, bro.
And it's in his overpriced fucking barbecue that sucks anyway. Fucking dickhead.
I'd try it.
It's all right.
I eat that barbecue.
It's all right. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing to go bragging about, but it's all right. I just laughed. I laughed at the comments because it said Butterbean said I'm in better shape than I've ever been. And everybody's like, he was in shape.
Fucking Humpty Dumpty motherfucker.
Humpty Dumpty motherfucker. Yeah, but here's the thing though about Paul. Paul has actually fought legitimate fighters with names. Now, were they good fighters? No. Were there guys that they should have been in the ring with Paul? Paul can actually box. People's just not giving him a whole lot of credit. Because he's a loudmouth and you want to see him get knocked out. But the guy's not that bad of a boxer. The thing about Butterbean is Butterbean's not a boxer. He's a brawler.
I was about to say, yeah, he's a brawler.
He goes in and just throws fucking haymakers. And
haymakers. All day.
Being the king of tough men competitions where you're actually getting paid by a sponsor to be trained by boxing coaches to fight guys who sit on the couch all year and work 9 to 5s and probably get in the gym once a month when they got time, and then the kids ain't fucking handling them or they ain't got shit going on with their wife. They go in there and box someone like Butterbean, who's training all year to box.
Yeah.
That's the difference. I just feel like he always makes sure that every match that he's ever booked himself in, he felt like he had the upper hand or he wouldn't be in it. Everyone always makes a big deal too over that big black guy that he fought in the cage, and I can't remember the guy's name. The dude's fucking massive, dude. He's got like muscles on top of muscles.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
And they're like, Butterbean knocked him out. I'm like, the dude's never been in a professional fight in his life. Butterbean's been a boxer for 20 years. Who do you think had the upper hand really going into that match? Considering I don't give a fuck how big and bully the dude is. See, that's the thing that people don't know nothing about fighting. They think big dudes, just because he's big, he's a bad motherfucker. They don't mean shit, man. You get your ass knocked out. Muscles don't mean nothing in fights. It just don't. Cardio and skill is what matters in fighting, especially in boxing and shit.
Or grabbing the other guy's nuts and twisting them.
The old dick twist.
The old dick twist.
I fucking love that, dude. I laugh so fucking hard every time I see it, man.
The old dick twist.
He's like, grab him by the dick. Grab that dick. The old dick twist. He goes like this, like with his whole the old dick twist.
I'm using that the next time I go to a fucking event. Give him a fucking dick twist.
I yell it sometimes I go to wrestling events. I'm like, give him the dick twist. The old dick twist.
I like that shit. See, I like having a good time like that. Going to an event. If I heard somebody quit.
Laugh my fucking ass off if I was at that event and that dude was and that dude was loud too. The dude, I remember they were recording him because the people in front of him was laughing their ass off. The old dick twist. Wow.
What else? You got anything else?
What else is in the news? I mean, what else is going on?
Do we go there?
I can't think.
Do we go there?
Well, go where? Oh shit, the school shootings. Yeah, I thought that too. I mean, I don't have no problem talking about it. I mean, I remember when I was around when Columbine happened. I remember that shit blew.
That started it all. That started it all, man.
I remember, let me tell you a story about Columbine. I remember when Columbine happened, we had a kid in our school that was slow. And this is back in the 90s when probably they didn't have the best care for those type of kids. They just didn't. Like kids like Tavion, that's autistic, that wouldn't have stood a chance in the 90s with us in school. But they had him in classes and shit, but he would just do weird shit. The kid would draw like maps of the school. But of course this is like him thinking like he's thinking like army of the school or something. He's not thinking of going and shooting a fucking school up and I remember that because of Columbine, he got expelled from school for like a month because they thought he was going to fucking fuck the school up because he had these fucking drawings of like the back doors, the front doors, and the hallways and the gyms and all this shit. That shit was insane, man. It's fucking crazy, dude, that these fucking kids are becoming pretty normal to it. Like it's, now it's like, we had tornado drills. Now these kids are running like gun drills, like where they fucking put chairs in front of doors and.
It's honestly, after it happened in Texas, going shopping after that, this one, for some reason, I look around, bro. I'm always going, where's the nearest door? Like, I'm always thinking, what am I going to do when it happens? I feel like, look what I just said. When it happens. Not if. I said when it happens, bro. Like, it's fucking scary. Something's got to be done.
twist his dick.
So we're going back to this.
Josh said he's going to watch Hell in the Cell.
Oh,
Yeah, man, it's I don't know, man. It's a different world, dude. And I've been watching my surroundings for years, especially when I go out around here. I really watch my ass. I watch who's what. Here's the thing: is years ago I would go out, wouldn't give a fuck what was going on around me, really. Now when I go out, I don't just watch my ass. I watch who's watching us, who's looking at my kids,
Yep.
who's looking at my wife, because I always think maybe there might be someone out to get us or think that we're easy prey in some kind of way. You know what I mean? So, like, if we have to go to a ball game, you know, you have to park in a parking deck, walk all the way across streets into the fucking stadium, and you walk across some pretty shady, interesting characters usually. Being in the big city like that, walking down the street. So you're always fucking looking, and you don't never know. And you know that every motherfucker you pass, at least one of them motherfuckers got a gun. You can just tell by the way they act, or you could tell that guy over there is not a joke and he's someone you don't want to probably fuck with, or, you know, it's scary, man, but
I don't know what the answer is. I just know something has to be done.
I think everyone needs to smoke more weed,
I agree.
get more blowjobs, and the world will be a better place.
We'll tell that to the wives of America then.
You know, y'all could prevent school shootings and all this violence if you just suck a little bit more dick.
Yeah.
That's
Suck my dick, bitch.
All right, guys, we're gonna get off here.
On that note.
Thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all next week.
Episode 4.
Episode 4. Maybe we can get back on track and start getting back on Thursdays too.
Oh, definitely, man. I won't have COVID again, at least for another 3-4 months.
Hey, man. Am I driving okay?
I think we're parked, man.
Get old, making my mind slow. That's why I don't with the big bro. Oh, bro, I got to maintain. Cause Kasabian is going insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the membrane. Crazy insane, got no brain. Too much, I'ma cover hours, time for the blubber. To watch that Betty get fat, a fat boy on a diet. Don't try it, I jack your ass like a looter in a riot. Much too fat, like a sumo